I'm on the phone with MDI football coach Mark Shields. And, Coach, you're going up to Bangor today, shipping up to Bangor for the coaches meeting. I know that your vote for the Big Ten conference players, but from what I'm told, this is top secret information.
Yeah, definitely top secret. You get a bunch of football coaches in a room together, and I mean, there's some high-powered intellect right there.
Well, but I was told that it's not going to be announced until the banquet in December. Bunky said it's not going to be announced till December 6th.
Right, yeah. I mean, I think I know they had announced some stuff here a couple years ago. I think when Tegan Candage was Player of the Year,
yep.
They felt like it kind of lost its luster by the time the banquet rolled around, so they decided that they wouldn't announce anything until that actually happens. And so anyway, yeah, I'm headed to Bangor today to John Baptist High School, and we'll be selecting the all-conference kids for the season.
Media blackout. I'm telling you, you guys are getting tough.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so the game against Oceanside on Friday night, October 30th. From my standpoint, probably the best game that I've seen MDI play this year all around. Yeah,
I would have to agree with that, Chris. We knew that we wanted to come out early and often and take care of business. I mean, the fear was, and we talked about it all week, that Oceanside was, they'd get us in a game early, and then we'd be in a game all night long, and that's when top seeds get knocked off. I mean, you look at the Madison-Foxcroft playoff game down at Madison, and I watched that tape yesterday, and Foxcroft just came to play, and they played hard all day long, and sure enough, they ended up winning in overtime, and we did not want that to happen because we knew that Oceanside had some weapons, and they could score on us, and we didn't want to be in a close game late. So the kids came out, they played well. You're right, I think all three aspects of the game, the kids played very well. I mean, offensively, we put up some big numbers and, moved the ball well all night long, and that's with our ones and our twos, I thought, and defensively really shut them down with what they wanted to do. I was real proud of our pass defense. After the Old Town game, once again, we had to go back to the drawing board, and we moved some personnel around, and we really worked hard on that, and we ended up with 2 interceptions and really shut down what they wanted to do, and we had a good pass rush all night long on their quarterback, and so played well there, and then special teams. Drew Rich hit every one of his point after attempts, his kicks, and then he had another punt return, which was big for us, so kind of sealed the deal.
That was a big one too. I mean, it was like 60 yards.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's one of those things that certain kids just have a knack for that because, I mean, for starters, you have to catch the ball, off the punter's foot. That ball's high in the air, and that people are screaming down the field to come get you and tackle you, and to field that and know when to field it, when not to field it, when to fair catch it, when to field it and run, and he just seems to have a knack for that, and he has 3 touchdowns on that, returning the ball, 2 against Oceanside and 1 versus Herman, and yeah, I mean, he has the ability to make that first guy miss, and then he finds a seam and he goes, and he's deceptively fast, Drew Rich. He's one of those guys that we have some pretty good speedsters on our team, and Drew's right up there with him. If you watch him in any sort of drills or running or what have you, he's right there at the top. So he's a good athlete, super smart guy, and real happy the way he played on, obviously on defense as well. He had an interception. And
yeah.
So
what about the first play? I mean, it looked like that Tanner Bickford was stopped, and all of a sudden he broke out of that a scrum right there, and he was off to the races.
Yeah, I had to go back to the tape and look at that because we're on the far side of it, away from the play, and I call it's called 43 base, where basically Tanner just runs a dive straight ahead, and sure enough, he hit a wall of Oceanside kids, and I look down at my play sheet and I say into my headset, well, that didn't go very far. And next thing you know, I hear Ian Braun going, no, he's gone. I'm like, what? And I look up, and there goes Tanner down the sideline. And, just a great example of a kid driving his legs, never giving up on the play. And, sure enough, he busted out. And you look on tape, and, they did stop him for, a split second, but he never went down. His knee never touched the ground. And he kind of landed on a pile and bounced off, and off he went. And, of course, it's always, feels good to start like that. But you also, Tookie McKay used to tell me sometimes when you score that quickly, sometimes there's a letdown with your team because you just think that, okay, we're a lot better than this team. But our team didn't do that. Those guys came right out the next 2 or 3, 4 series and were able to score as well. So, yeah, that was a big play for us.
A breakout game for Colby Lee as well.
Yep, Colby, he's a sophomore, and he's developing every week. He's getting better every week. And, one thing Colby Lee is he's fast. And, he uses that speed to get to the outside. And what we've really been working on with Colby, because we know he can get to the outside, but, at a varsity level, you have to run between the tackles as well. And Colby, he early on in the year, honestly, it wasn't his strength. But I think he's taken great pride in that, and now we can run him between the tackles. We can run dives with him. We can run traps with him and con rides with him, and that's important for us because that gives us that third back now. Croy Alby's been running well, Tanner's been running well, and Colby Lee's been close, but I think he's there now. So that's a big thing for us in our offense and diversity. And
getting up in with that lead allowed you to show some different formations into that flex with Andrew out of the shotgun. Yeah, when we started the season, when we were down to Dover Foxcroft, we were in the flex in shotgun, and we were a little nervous about the snap. It wasn't looking good in practice, so we put Andrew under center out of the flex, and honestly, I don't think he felt as comfortable, so we decided to go back to shotgun flex. And I think he just feels more comfortable, especially throwing the ball. I think he sees his receivers. He has more time. He sees where the defense is. So we decided to put him back in that shotgun flex look. And, once again, I thought that the offense did a real nice job executing our plays. And I think Andrew did a nice job throwing the ball out of that. Well, it's a heck of a lot easier to have that, 5-4, well, I guess what is a 3-4 yard drop rather than having to backpedal to pass. Yeah, and I think that was part of it is, he's under center, and they're blitzing a lot of linebackers and coming hard on pass downs, and, and sure enough, he's trying to, backpedal, take his drop, and by the time he plants, there's guys in his face, so this gives him, more time. There's a reason why teams go shotgun when it's a passing situation, and, the good news is we can throw and run out of that formation, so it just isn't, we're going to sit in shotgun and try to throw the ball, and teams will key on that. We run the ball out of that as well, and, he did a nice job with that. So, obviously now the focus turns to Winslow. I know that you and the coaches were reviewing tape and game planning on Sunday. Winslow's a tough team, and you've got to play down there. Yeah, it's a tall task for sure. Winslow's been top of the heap in our conference for a long time. I've been coaching here for years, and whenever they're in our league, they're usually one of the top teams. And sure enough, number 2 seed this year, and could easily be number 1. They went undefeated and lost that coin toss to Old Town. So, yeah, we have to go on the road down to Poulin Field, and but we're really excited for the opportunity. We felt like we played with them week 3. So far, we're the only team in our conference that has been able to hang with them. Other than Waterville did a real nice job last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. It was 6-0 Winslow at halftime at Waterville. So, I think our kids, they believe that they can play with this team, and we're going to give them everything we have. What are you going to work on in practice this week? Yeah, I think once again it's a big week to get better at what we're doing. I felt like you said earlier that I thought overall on all aspects of the game against Oceanside that our team performed very well. I was very pleased. We didn't feel like we played well up to Old Town, and it showed on the scoreboard. And I think we definitely
got back to work last week and got better and played well. And I think we just got to continue to get better. And I think in a playoff game, like we said against Oceanside, you can always throw a few wrinkles here or there, but new wrinkles. But the bottom line is you just got to outperform Winslow. I mean, you're not going to outcoach those guys. They have one of the best coaching staffs. They have like 3 or 4, head coaches on their staff or have been head coaches. And Mike Savitsky's been coaching down there for 35 years or so, and they know football. So you go down there, you're going to have to outplay them if you want to beat them. So that's what we have to do, and we'll just keep getting better at what we're doing.
It's I think probably ball control is key. I mean, you want to try and keep their offense off the field as best you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's big for us. No turnovers. I mean, we didn't turn the ball over against Oceanside, and and you look at the Old Town game, we turned the ball over 3 times. And also we have to finish drives, and we did that against Oceanside Friday night. And we didn't do it against Old Town.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's really is a simple game, and when you do those things, you don't turn the ball over. You always give yourself an opportunity to be in a game, and that'll be big this week. Ball security, being smart with the football. When we're throwing the ball, be smart about it. If the receiver's not open, throw it away. And Andrew Phelps has gotten a lot better at that. He now understands that, there's another down behind it usually.
Right.
It's just 4th down, and you have to get that first down or that touchdown late in the game. But, for the most part, if that guy's not open, throw it away or tuck it and run. So, yeah, I mean, there's some things that have to happen for us to be successful down there, and we'll work on those things.
And you had a great crowd at the game against Oceanside at home on Friday.
Yeah, I was really pleased about that. I know it was cold and breezy, and a lot of the people they came out to watch the Trojans, and that meant a lot to us for sure. Definitely meant a lot to the kids and the coaching staff, and really happy about that. And we're hoping that people plan on getting down to Winslow on Saturday to see a great football game.
And you've put that 8-play lateral in the game plan that we saw. I sent you the link of what was it? The
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, Miami defeating Duke that way.
Yeah, and it's funny because watching ESPN this morning, I'd be curious to see the segment, but they were talking about how those officials apparently have been reprimanded because
they've been suspended.
They've been suspended because they allowed that play to occur, and I'm not exactly sure the specifics of that. But, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you the game is never over, and sure enough, the Hurricanes, they pulled it out. Our trainer, he's a big Hurricanes guy, Dan Viber, he's a Florida guy, so he was pretty pleased about that.
I can't believe he's a Florida guy because just recently he's put long pants on. I mean, normally he's wearing shorts out on the football field.
Yeah, you think he's tough, but he's really not. I mean, it just makes me wonder what's going on there. But I think he wants to prove to us, Mainers, that he's tough too. But I know he's not.
He may have been hit in the head too many times.
Maybe he could have.
All right, what do you want to say to all the fans?
Yes, thank you for coming out for that Oceanside victory. It was great to see everybody in the stands, and it meant a lot to the kids and got them excited. And we're hoping that we can get people down for our 1:00 game versus Winslow, and just know that we're going to work hard this week and give them everything we have. All
right, Coach. Have a good week. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
Thanks, Chris.